Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're gonna take you for a ride with the 10 most powerful fighters in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Remember, there is no such thing as balance in MVC. No such thing. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Dormammu. Regardless if you're playing MVC 3 or Infinite, Dormammu has proven to be one of the biggest threats on the rosters. Doctor Strange's otherworldly nemesis wields a great amount of power to keep his opponents at bay, meaning the zoning game here is strong. Really strong. Some of his attacks can even reach across the entire screen to smack rivals while he sits at a comfortable distance. His only big weakness is his super slow mobility. Dude moves around like he's eaten a few too many boxes of Twinkies, which can make him a punching bag for characters that excel in rush downs. So, he's mostly meant for bullying your opponent super early in the game.
Welcome to my realm.
Morrigan.
First attack. You like that? Air combo. I can dodge this. Take that.
While the leading lady of Darkstalkers is an excellent choice in any MVC game, her power has become notorious, particularly in the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 space. Morrigan is excellent in almost every way possible. Her mobility is quick, her attacks are fast and fierce, and even in the air, she can put an intense amount of pressure on opponents. However, there is one big catch in taking advantage of her potentially busted design. You need to be incredibly precise with your inputs. Her attacks may have a low number of frames, but so are her end frames, which can make it difficult in connecting simple strings with devastating special moves. Hey, she's a woman who demands patience and practice. Better come prepared and ready to prove your worth to her.
Danger!
Dante, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like Morrigan and Dormammu, Dante also appears in MVC 3, but Infinite is where you can see just how truly broken the Son of Sparta is. You ever hear the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? Well, only the first half of that is true for Dante. Not only does he have top potential in rushing down foes, he has so many moves that can lead into each other, including his special moves and hyper combos. Combine that with a solid amount of reach, and Dante gives your opponent options in trying to pull off an infinite combo. They can get freaking crazy, man. Magneto, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. Magneto is in a league many MVC2 players refer to as the Four Horsemen, S-tier fighters that you can almost expect everybody will use in a tournament. We'll get to the other three soon, but Magneto has pretty much been the Dante of MVC2. The evil mastermind boasts an insane amount of rushdown potential, as his attacks have very few frames and can almost instantly lead into each other. When used in the right ways, Magneto can practically deny your opponent from even playing the game. What's more is that some folks are still finding new infinite combos to pull off with him in every role possible. Remember, this is just one of the Four Horsemen. Wait until you see the other three. Dr. Doom. While Dr. Doom has never risen to S tier with the other, more notorious fighters on this list, he has still consistently been one of the most volatile picks in both MVC2 and MVC3, even Clash of Superheroes to some extent. For starters, every one of Doom's assist moves works well with just about everybody on the roster in each game, as they can help extend combos even further. As for Doom when he's on screen, he has a handful of projectile attacks that can litter the screen and put incredible pressure on your rival. Watch out for those lightning-powered jazz hands, or else you might wind up in a devastating combo, possibly an infinite if your opponent knows what they're doing. Vergil, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. On the surface, one might assume Vergil is just a more hard-hitting iteration of Dante. However, that could not be further from the truth. Though strong in rushdown, Vergil is not really one for creating massive combos. On the contrary, the pressure he creates mostly comes from his ability to teleport while stringing attacks and assists together. Yeah, it's the mix-ups that are going to make him really hard to read, so you might need to do quite a bit of studying for Vergil to become somewhat predictable. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed buying a game you can't play.
I'm motivated. Rest in peace.
Sentinel, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. A special shout out to Cable, the second horseman, for having a really strong advantage in range. Seriously, that Hyper Viper cannon can be a combo in itself if your opponent has a ton of meters saved up. But if you truly want to assault your foes with projectiles, then the third horseman, Sentinel, is your guy. Or, robot, I mean. This colossal mutant killer is infamously known for having some truly busted ranged attacks in MVC2. In addition to assaulting you with waves of rocket fists, Sentinel has a strong game in aerial mobility with its power of flight. By hovering around the upper half of the stage, Sentinel can effectively deny you the space by kicking you down and continue to launch more waves of rocket fists at you. It is one big bully of a bot. Hyper Venom, aka Red Venom. Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes. Gee, how could a character with the name Hyper Venom possibly be one of the strongest characters in a game like Marvel vs. Capcom? Well, first off, it's Venom. Venom has never been one of the S-tier characters. He's great in combo potential and assists, but not so much when it comes to super combos. So what makes Hyper Venom any different? Well, it's Venom, but with much, much faster moves.
Marvelous!
Capcom did try to trade off his speed by making him receive more damage than any other character in Clash of Superheroes, but ultimately, that didn't stop him from becoming the top S+ tier character in the whole game. Yeah, there's an S+ tier, can you believe that? Gold War Machine saw the inverse of that trade-off. Great offense and defense, but slow as molasses. Still an S+ tier character though.
If I can make...
Zero, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Out of all 48 playable characters in MVC3, or Ultimate MVC3, Zero is the biggest bully of the bunch, and not even in the fun way. In an average schmo's hands, he sucks. Big time. His attacks don't do as much damage as they feel they should, and stringing attacks together feels a lot more demanding in response than most characters. But that's the thing, Zero is a high-risk, high-reward fighter, almost like Morrigan. Land the inputs correctly, know which attacks can lead to another, and Zero basically becomes an infinite combo machine. It's actually caused some MVC players to really hate him in the competitive scene. Once you see someone on the stage choose Zero, you know what the fight is going to look like. A one-sided beatdown that'll have you cry out, "He's already dead!" in the first few seconds. But remember, MVC2 still has one more horseman we haven't named yet. Storm. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. Cable, Sentinel, Magneto, all three are fighters you should absolutely be aware of if you plan to tackle MVC2's online scene when that slick collection drops. But Storm is the one you should dread the most. Storm basically has all of the benefits of the other three horsemen and none of the setbacks. Well, almost no setbacks. Just about every move in her kit is strong regardless if it's a ground or aerial move, a close ranged or projectile attack, or a neutral or a hyper combo. But the only setback is that some of her most powerful attacks are a bit slow to start up, so at least she can't spam and exploit them like most people would try to do. Even so, you don't need to be super precise to be a threat with Storm. So long as you know how to use her moves and strategize effectively, don't be surprised if people start to DC when they see you pick Storm.
Combo finish. KO.
But what's your favorite Marvel vs. Capcom game, and what team do you usually play with? Personally, I like UMVC3, and I go with Morrigan, X23, and Zero, if I'm being honest. Sorry. But let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.